Want to get to Starbucks. Starbucks is set to report its fiscal second quarter earnings results on Tuesday. Brooke DiPalma following that with us. And Brooke, what can we expect?
Yeah, well, this will be Laxman Narasimhan's first earnings call as official CEO. Of course, Narasimhan was set to take the role on April 1st. He joined back in October as incoming CEO, but he joined about 2 weeks earlier on March 20th. So once again, this will be his first call. Starbucks confirming that to Yahoo Finance that he will be leading the call on Tuesday. Now running right along to another focus for investors here, sales momentum in the U.S. Lots of investors waiting to see if U.S. consumers still see Starbucks as an affordable luxury in a more difficult macro environment. One analyst saying that he aims to focus and is looking to hear more on the resiliency of U.S. sales momentum in that more difficult macroeconomic environment. Of course, that word resiliency, something that we continue to hear across the board this earnings season. Now moving once again right along to the third focus of Starbucks investors call is improvement in China, as China's COVID-19 related recovery may be in the rear view. Here. Wedbush analyst Nick Saden saying, quote, while visibility into the trajectory of a recovery in China remains relatively limited, it is clear that the multi-year headwind has now turned into a tailwind. Important to note here that Starbucks opened their 6,000th store back in September. So certainly lots of momentum in China as that COVID-19 related recovery seems to be in the past.
All right, so that's what we're supposed to expected to see in terms of sales growth in the U.S., but then also some improvement, it sounds like, maybe over in China. What about pricing? Because pricing pressure, pricing power, where does Starbucks stand?
Yeah, well, certainly we've seen them increase menu prices in the past year, and specifically in the U.S., that's one of the things that analysts say that's going to increase same-store sales. We're seeing same-store sales here in the U.S. expected to be up 8.91%. Elevated pricing is expected to be a driver here in the U.S. Not so much mentioned overseas in China as they continue just to push through those headwinds of COVID-19 related recovery. But the average check size is expected to go up here in North America, up 6.25%. International, the ticket growth is expected to be up 3.42%. Now, other things that are expected to drive growth here in the U.S. is food attachment, like adding a slice of pumpkin bread to orders. In addition to product innovation, we're looking to hear more on that Oleato coffee line. And of course, overall, just looking to hear more on that consumer demand here in the U.S. as inflation continues to take a toll on Americans' wallets.
All right, we will have that earnings report for you after the bell tomorrow. Brooke DiPalma, great stuff. Thanks so much. And be sure to tune in tomorrow. For me, Brad Smith, we are going to be breaking down the Starbucks earnings call, the latest edition of After the Call that gets underway as soon as the earnings call wraps up, probably right around 6 p.m. Eastern time.